I don't want this up there.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is 7 o'clock by my computer. We are going to have this special meeting, so I'm going to turn this meeting over to Mayor Lopez, who I think is on the call. Mayor Lopez, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Do I have a quorum? I'm trying to see who is here. Should be.
Um,
I have Vice Mayor Legan. Okay, yes. I think I saw Marcus as well. All right. Well, I'm going to start the meeting of the Mayor and Town Council of Brentwood. This is a special meeting scheduled for today, Thursday, July 20th, and we're starting this meeting at 7:06 in my. It's actually 7:02 p.m. And of course, this meeting is being held via Zoom today because it's a special meeting of our council after we decided to have a recess. But we have some items that needs to be discussed. So I will have the town clerk to call the roll.
I want to get my other camera.
All right. Councilmember Marcus Monroe,
Present.
Councilmember Lauren Rowe,
Present.
Vice Mayor Stefan Leggett,
Present.
Mayor Rocio Terminio Lopez,
Present.
Town Administrator Mr. Gaston,
Present.
Police Chief Calvin Washington, he's
I'm here, sir.
All right. Treasurer Ms. Shelley Dorsey, now Clerk Larry Moran,
She's excused absent, the treasurer.
and then lastly will be our Town Attorney Jason Loesch.
Don't think, Jason, are you here? I don't think Jason is joining this meeting today either. So with that, thank you, Mr. Moran. I'm just going to open the floor. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda for mayor and council for July 20th, 2023.
I'm not sure that this is the right agenda.
So I think, Mayor, we need to remove we need to remove a couple items. We'll need to remove agenda item number 2 because we're still awaiting the survey results from our contractor regarding 39th
Yes, I
Street.
just find out that, and I was muted when I was saying that we need to remove some items, including the 3 survey results, which are ready to be presented tonight, and then the number 3, which is the shrubs and 3 ordinance to be tabled for another meeting, and also we have the resolution. I think this is wrong. Instead of the resolution 2009-03, that needs to be National Night Out
Yes.
fund. So we only have, actually, we have this point, I did not want to cancel the meeting, but we only have 2 items in the agenda as we speak. Is going to be only National Night Out and 38 Place Engineering quote. Everything else is going to be rescheduled, and we probably, if that's okay with the council, we can provide the results to the resident once we get it next week.
Mayor, just to clarify, you're talking about the results of the survey on 39th
The
Street?
survey, yes, on 39th Street.
Sounds good.
And I didn't want to remove that item. Well, I'm probably going to take this because depending on the results of the survey, we actually need to take an action on it. So I don't know if that's the motion that we want to keep, so we don't have to be waiting until August 5th. So it's there for that purpose.
If I may, if the tree, Mayor, may I speak? Real
Yes,
quickly?
please. First, Mr. Gaston, the only reason I'm saying that is to leave that in there, but I need a motion to approve the agenda with the additions or deletions, with the changes to the agenda. I need
So I make a motion to approve the agenda with the changes for Thursday, July 20th, 2023.
thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so moved.
Aye.
Taken. All right, now we can discuss agenda items, Mr. Gaston. So number 1 is general public comments. Please let us know if you have received any comments via email, or is anyone that would like to speak this moment? This is the time.
Look, if I may, real quickly, we have received some comments. However, they were directed towards the items that have been tabled and or removed. So would you like to hold off on those comments until that time, or would you like to
Yes.
discuss them now?
No, that will be fine.
Okay, Mr. Moran, I'm almost sure the majority of our comments were about the shrubs and tree ordinance. Is that not correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will table and save all the comments for 2023-03 until Saturday, August 5th at 6 p.m. And I'm pretty confident there weren't any other comments about anything else. You're muted. Mayor, you're muted.
Anyone in the public now would like to make a comment? This is the time. I hear no comments. Mr. Gaston, please correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone has the hand up or no? I'm trying to see who is here.
I don't have any. Nope.
I don't hear any. Oh, I don't see anything. All right, so I'm going to proceed with the next item in the agenda, which is the, as I mentioned before, we're going to wait for the final results of the survey, but I will have Mr. Gaston to speak on this.
Yeah, so real quickly, once the property line has been determined and if the tree is on town property, I am asking our town council to allow for the town to remove the tree post haste so that we will have no further delay on this particular, but we will wait until the report does come back in, and it should be available sometime next week. Once the report comes in and its determination has been made via the report, I'm asking the town to give me the authority to go ahead and to remove this tree so that we can be finished with it.
Okay, would you like to make a motion? And this is a question for the council, make a motion pending to results so we don't have to revisit this item late in, the beginning of next month.
Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
we have already voted to authorize Mr. Gaston to make that decision. I think a couple meetings ago.
Okay, I guess Mr. Gaston, again, and the only request will be to communicate with the resident in regards to this issue, to follow up with them. I know they are online at this time, but if you can please follow up with them next week once you receive the results, and then you let them know what will be the next step from the team.
I will definitely do that. I will share the report with both homeowners, and I will proceed if, like I said, if the tree is on our town on the property, we will remove the tree.
Excellent. Thank you with that, and thank you, Vice Mayor, for that reminder. All right, so I'm going to quickly move to the next item if there's no other
Excuse me,
comments.
Mayor. I'm sorry,
Yes.
if I may, I'm sure it's inferred. I just want to be clear that not only will the homeowners get the results, but the council will as well, right?
No, of course, the council will get the results.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure.
Of course. Okay, any other comment before I proceed to the next item? The National Night Out, this chief is seeking for $2,500 more for the National Night Out event. And that motion can be, a line item can be determined by the town treasurer. So if someone would like to make a motion, this is the time.
Mayor, if I may.
Can we discuss after the motion, or you want to prefer to go now?
Well, I wanted to, I spoke with the treasurer. I do have the line items where it would be coming from, but it cannot exceed $3,000. So I'm only requesting $3,000.
I thought you mentioned that you needed 3,500 and we already have 1,000 in the line item.
After a few cuts and some discussion with staff, and and an elimination of one thing and being able to find a cheaper vendor for something else, I'm only requesting $3,000.
Alright.
To 3,000 more. Yes, sir.
All
And I
right,
have
okay,
one
so I need a motion before we discuss this item. Can we please do first the motion and then we discuss anything? So I need a motion to request 3,000, not to exceed $3,000 for National Night Out.
I feel like I'm sitting in for Councilmember Taylor today, so I will make a motion to approve funding not to exceed $3,000 for National Night Out.
All right, and then please, if you know the line item that is this gonna be taken from, if you know it, can you add it into this motion?
Chief, what's the line item?
Yes, Vice Mayor, the line item is to come from the contingency fund, which is 5-9805, and it will be moved to line item 5-4330, which is National Night Out. Which
Just
is
read that
already.
back.
Yes, sir.
5-9805 to 5-4330.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I'd like to amend my motion to include that the funding for National Night Out will be pulled from the contingency fund 5-9805 and moved into line item 5-4330.
Excellent, thank you. Any questions in regards to this motion?
Mayor, if I may, we had unused funds from Brentwood Day. And I was going to speak to the treasurer and ask if we could encumber them into this fiscal year. If she approves, Chief, you can use that money so that we don't have to fiddle with the contingency fund.
I think that's not going to be possible because the money we have less, it was for the previous fiscal year, and now we are in the new fiscal year. So you will be showing your line item for next June.
We encumbered unspent funds last fiscal year and allocated them into National Night Out last year, which is why I was going to say that if possible, we could do that this year.
Okay, if that's can be, I guess, determined by the treasurer, that's fine. I don't think we have any issue with that. Any other comments? Here none. All in favor to approve $3,000 for National Night Out, say aye.
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 All right, so moved. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the next item we have is 38th Place Engineering quote. Mr. Gaston was diligently working with this, trying to get these quotes for us. So, Mr. Gaston, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much. Real quickly, as everyone knows, we are trying to get a new sidewalk installed on 38th Place from Allison Street all the way to 39th. The town council had asked for an engineering company to oversee the entire project. And I have 3 quotes for that services. And the council, if you want me to, I can pull those up. And or you guys can make a determination as to what you want to do in regards to the quotes. Once that's been determined, I would then ask the company to get started so that we can move on this particular project.
So do we need to have a motion in order to proceed, or you need time to review the quotes?
No, I have 3 quotes. I'm ready to move once the council makes a determination as to which quote they want to go with.
Mayor, if I may.
Yes, Vice Mayor.
Mr. Gaston, assuming that the rest of council have reviewed the documents that were sent earlier in the week, it would be of value to me to sort of know how you view the documents, since you're going to be dealing with this on the day in and day out kind of level.
So there were 3 quotes. One was on the very low end, roughly about 5,000. Another one was somewhere in the middle of about 14,000, and then the other one was 35 to 40,000. My strongest suggestion is that we use the middle quote. And if need be, if we do select them, we can have that company come in and make a formal presentation. And if that is satisfactory, let's say to vice mayor and maybe another council member, then we can move forward with that.
I have a question for Vice Mayor and Councilmember Monroe. Do you two have the time to sit down with Mr. Gaston in this company to do the overview?
Speaking for myself, I don't see why not, because we've been doing that every other week for the last 2 years with Milestones. So
Yeah.
my expectation is that the new town center project will be wrapping up at about the same time this one will be starting. So it wouldn't be any additional time on my schedule.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Councilmember Monroe?
Yeah, I can, yes, Mayor, I can make myself available as well. Similar logic, we're already meeting anyway, so find a time slot that works and we can knock it down, so.
All right, so do we do a motion at this time, or you guys wait until the presentation and then, because one of the things is like where we're gonna take the money from. It's gonna be from the HUR funding, or it's gonna be from the public safety. So that was a discussion, and I know the treasurer is not here, but she provided us with some numbers previously to be discussed in this project. So I think, Mr. Gaston, you have those two.
I do. So the way the plan is that we are going to use highway user funds that have been encumbered for the past 2 years to have this sidewalk built. Initially, we were going to use ARPA funds for the sidewalk repairs. And so what we're going to do is take the highway user funds that have been encumbered for the past 2 years, build the sidewalk, and then look at what's left in our ARPA funds to address the sidewalks that are in dire need of repair here in the town of Brentwood. We are currently reaching out to citizens and having them let us know what sidewalks need to be repaired. We've also had some very diligent council members who have been taking walks and giving us addresses. So we believe that this will be enough funding available so that we can address, we'll do the very best we can to address as many of the sidewalks as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Gaston. So I will leave to our Public Works Chair. Do you have a motion for this, Vice Mayor Leggett?
Well, I just want to make sure that I'm clear, like, would the motion at this point be to select a company to come to town hall and make a presentation? Which seems to be sort of this more prudent way of doing things, or are we just going to go headlong into this?
No. I think it will be the presentation that you and Councilmember Monroe will be sitting. So I guess that will be the motion that the two of you will be reviewing the quotes and of course with the town administrator.
Sure. May I ask of the rest of council what their impressions are of the 3 bids, and if there's one that they would prefer to investigate further?
I have a comment if available, if the other council members don't have any at this point. Okay, I'll go.
Things up.
I did not review them in detail, but I would like to suggest in reviewing the proposals that we stick to fiscal prudence, but also I do want to point out that I hope that when we look at any kind of procurement of this kind, that we remind ourselves that we have a commitment to sustainable purchasing, which also includes reducing energy and water use, reducing the use of toxic and hazardous materials, supporting biodiversity, and also making environmentally preferable purchasing, focusing on bioretention and other environmental construction and installation, and that the specifications that we get from contractors or what we're going to purchase should include safety, price, performance, availability, and environmental considerations. So I just want to put that into the Public Works, Councilmember Leggin and Councilmember Monroe, as you're meeting with and town administrator meeting with these companies, that you're also considering these aspects as well before making a decision or a recommendation, whatever comes next.
Yeah, thank you, Councilmember Rauch. I think those sort of guiding principles will be important as we go along and make determinations about specifics of the project. So thank you for that. And fiscal prudence, of course, is always our priority as well. And it seems like there's a fairly large variance in the prices of these proposals. Do the other council members have anything to add?
Mayor, may I just jump in on that? So the only thing I'll add is that and we probably need to clarify this, is that I know in the procurement policy, I believe need to take into consideration sort of like work history, for example. So that part wasn't clear on the quotes. And I agree with what the previous statement by our council members that we need to take into consideration with the policy that is baked into our procurement policy as well. So we sort of have to follow that, but I think it's always good to bring it top of mind. But that was the first thing that just jumped out at me, though I'm familiar with a couple of these personally, just for fairness of just following our process. I just didn't know if we had, and there's a question for our town administrator, is had you taken a look at their past project history as you were vetting these?
Yes, so the one on the high end, of course, they have a number of different projects, but their pricing is pretty high. Believe it, then the middle quote is actually Milestone, who is now constructing the new town hall. So of course we've got a little history with them. And then if I'm not mistaken, the low end bid was a Mr. Clare, and he had done a survey or a town engineering survey a number of years ago. But I don't, beyond that, I mean, if needed, we can have all three come in and make a presentation, and then we can make a sound determination from there, and then all your questions can be asked.
It seems like perhaps the one thing that's really missing from these proposals is the past project history. Would we be able to discuss this again once we have that information?
Well, most definitely. I can actually send an email to all three bidders and ask for some past history and forward it to Councilmember Monroe and Vice Mayor Leggin, and then we can move forward from that.
That seems to me like the logical next step, unless there's something else that a council would like to add.
I have one other clarification. This is regarding as I'm looking at the contract, as the proposals regarding installing sidewalk on 38th Place. This doesn't relate to the sidewalk repairs, Sidewalk-a-Palooza, right? They're separate. This is
That's separate. That is separate. We don't have a sidewalk on 38th Place. So this is going to be a new installation, not repair.
Okay.
But yes, it's two different things.
Okay, so that's different from what the town administrator was referring to about council people walking around and taking photos of sidewalks that need repair. It is different. Yes. We were talking about installing a new sidewalk. Okay, thank you.
That is correct. Thank you. All right, so Vice Mayor, will you be doing the motion?
Well, I'm not sure if we need a motion per se. I would just task our town administrator with getting that past project history from all three bids for all three companies. And then perhaps we can revisit it once we have the full information.
Well, that's a good thing. All right, so anything else? Any other comment on the 38th Place engineering quotes? This is been in the wait for so long, but I think we're doing some progress, and residents in that area will be happy that finally we are discussing this. So anything else for the good of the order?
Yeah, if I may, Mayor, Oh, if I may, I will say one thing that it's not only 38th place, the actual sidewalk is going to go all the way around the corner to 39th. So I just want to make sure we're clear on that. It's just not 38th place. The sidewalk needs to go all the way to 39th.
Yes, for those that are not familiar with that, that is gonna be also helping our project on Wyndham Road barrier project, because we need to have that accessibility when it comes from 38 connecting to 39th Street and make that crosswalk across the street to go to the Wyndham Road barrier. So yes, Mr. Gaston, thank you for that.
No, I just want to make sure we were clear on that. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Here are none. So I guess before we make a motion to adjourn, Mr. Gaston, can you please read the follow events, the upcoming events?
I'd be happy to. Saturday, July 29th, we're having our first of 3 summer concert series. It will start at 5 and then the music will start at 6. Tuesday is National Night Out with the Brentwood Police Department. Sunday, August 6th is Salvadorian American Day, and the mayor will read the proclamation. Wednesday, August 16th and Thursday, August 17th, the Brentwood Police Department will conduct a summer camp for those who are between the ages of 10 and 16. Saturday, August 19th, Brentwood #2 Summer Concert Series, once again, beginning at 5 with the music starting at 6. Then on August 21st, Senior Society meeting will be at 10 a.m. And then Thursday, August 24th, will be the mayor's annual back to school supplies giveaway. Here, all of these events will occur here at the town hall. I don't think I've missed any green tree meetings nor public safety meetings. Is that, yep, I got a hand up. Yes, ma'am.
No, not for the green meeting, but I believe that we'll have a meeting ourselves on the 12th of August.
Actually, it's the 15th.
I think we're having a meeting on the 12th of August as well.
The retreat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're exactly right. And we're also having a special meeting on August 5th, which was just recently determined. So that's why I didn't make this particular agenda.
All right. Okay, so everything is good to go. So I need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn at 7:30 p.m.
Thank you, Councilmember Monroe. Thank you so much for all attending this special meeting of Mayor and Council. So have a good weekend. Have a nice weekend, everyone. All right.
Okay.